Alright, so I just want to start the video by saying that I did not intentionally plan on the release dates of this video specifically, but it is going up on the 7th anniversary of Robin Williams passing, who is the actor we were talking about in today's episode of the series. And I basically just took this episode as a way to celebrate him in one of his first real roles that brought him to screens and to be known in the show Mork and Mindy. Nanu, this is Geekborn, and we are back here with another episode in the Barely Relevant series, similar to the game The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, which you would connect an actor to another actor through films. We go through and we connect each film or show by an actor or actress. Of course, this week, like I said, it's going to be a little different. We followed Robin Williams from Night at the Museum last week, and we are here today on August 11th, the day of the anniversary of his passing. And after 7 years, I think it would be nice to just have a way to express what an amazing talent this man was. We're going to take some time again to celebrate and show what kind of man this comedic genius was, and the show that put him on the map with Mork and Mindy. It was a spin-off, one of the many spin-offs of the classic show Happy Days, and that is where Robin got his start as Mork from Ork. You see him in this long scene we have from the premiere where he meets the Fonz. He also shows up in some episodes there. He's a bit younger guy who did some stand-up at the time. By the time the show came around, he was already set as the starring role. They eventually found his female co-star, Pam Dawber. Maybe somewhat sad and fitting that many years later they came back to work on a show called The Crazy Ones. This ended up being one of Robin Williams' last projects. Not his last role completely, because he was a very busy man and constantly working, even with all of his mental issues and stuff that he was dealing with. He was working on a project there's always trying to make people happy. His last role was as a dog in a voiceover, as a dog doing this voiceover in a Simon Pegg film called Absolutely Anything, which was released in the UK about a year after the passing and got a wider release internationally in about 2017. Basically, last minute, Robin Williams was found to fill the role of an alien character on an episode of Happy Days. And shortly later, he was getting his own show. Like, it was ridiculous. But he goes on his own wacky adventures and meeting some other crazy people. Yeah, Robin Williams as a crazy man from outer space who drinks with his finger, sits on his head, and sleeps in a wardrobe at the beginning of the show is not the only character in the series that's kind of crazy. We eventually meet his one recurring character who's hilarious, Exodore, who believes that aliens from Venus, the Venusians, are coming to blow up the Earth on Labor Day.
You're going to crowd all of us in this one tiny cell? Ciao.
Exodore, is that you?
Mork! Is that you? Where are you?
I'm over here!
Step aside! I can't see! More conviction.
Oh, I see.
Fram!
I have need of your attention.
Fram, do you realize that the Venusians are coming down to Earth? But they're not coming here on Veterans Day, not on April Fool's Day, but on Labor Day, baby.
And, of course, we meet Mork's son, in the ending of the series, Mirth, who is played by another late great actor, Jonathan Winters, who we actually will be following from this show into the next film in the series. And you stay around and we will tell you what that is at the end of the video. But Mirth was being part orc. He ages backwards like Robin Williams' character does. Robin Williams' character is supposed to anyway, yeah. So we see Winters is already, getting up there in age as an older man, and as an actor being, older than the parents that play him, but he's playing a toddler. Like, he acts like a toddler, and it makes for some of the greatest television in the 80s, the early 80s there, with Robin Williams and these two just working off of each other. You have a lot of channels that show shows like this. So you have parents and grandparents showing family members, like my grandparents showed me this show. It's been so amazing. When I was younger, when I first got to see the show, I was always a big fan of Robin Williams. Robin Williams played so many characters, so many roles throughout my life. It was always amazing getting to see him and getting to see him be this super crazy alien character and do so much stuff. It was so good. There's even an episode where Mork meets Robin Williams because Robin Williams was starting to rise to fame, and of course they look alike. So they had a whole episode where that happened, which is super cool. Every episode had the message where Mork is learning Earth culture and customs, so he calls Orson.
Orson, come in, Orson. Mork calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Mork calling Orson. Come in, you blimp ship.
Who is his supervisor, and lets him know kind of what he's learning there on Earth that week, on some kind of like telekinetic or like mental channel. Mork relays, like I said, what he's learned. There's some pretty hard-hitting ones in some of the episodes about losing friends and having loss.
Amazing. If everyone's different, how can a society function?
Not very well. They almost locked me up because they thought my mind was imperfect.
Intelligent life.
Oh, sir, I played the Wizard of Oz. I gave the Tin Man a heart.
Is that another of your weird analogies?
Oh, no, sir, just a movie metaphor. See, what actually happened, sir, is there was this robot. He was nothing but a bunch of nuts and bolts, and I helped him become a person.
You built a monster?
No, sir. I made a friend.
If you made a friend, why are you so sad?
Well, sir, I lost him.
Can't you make another?
Oh, sir. Well, I could, but I haven't got the heart for it. I discovered a terrible Earth disease called loneliness.
Do many people on Earth suffer from this illness?
Oh, yes, sir. And how they suffer. One man I know suffers so much, they has to take a medication called bourbon. Even that doesn't help very much because he can hear paint dry.
The celebrity one of the last ones that he did.
Oh, sir, sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. You see, most Earthlings try very hard to be recognized for what they do, but when they become stars, sir, they realize they're recognized wherever they go.
You mean they lose their privacy?
Well, sir, sometimes they can even lose their clothes. You see, being a star, sir, is a 24-hour job, and you can't leave your face at the office.
Isn't fame its own reward?
Oh, yes, sir, it is, but when you're a celebrity, everybody wants a piece of you, sir. Unless you can say no, there'll be no pieces left for yourself.
I thought all stars were rich, live in mansions, and drive big eggs.
I know, sir, that's the common misconception. But you see, to get that, you have to pay a very heavy price. You have responsibilities, anxieties, and, well, to be honest, sir, some of them can't take it.
I'm not buying it, Mort.
Why, sir?
It sounds to me like they have it made.
Well, most of them do, sir, but some are victims of their own fame.
Many of these got re-uploaded around the time that Robin's passed. Feeling very close, very sentimental towards these words that he had said. People feeling similar, I guess, about losing him. The show itself is a lot of fun, and it has a lot of heart. I suggest watching it if you can find it some way. There's clips and episodes all over this website that you're watching this video on. You can buy the seasons on Amazon. I'm assuming you can find them somewhere on eBay. I totally suggest taking the time to see what life can be like in Boulder, Colorado, with an alien, the titular character, Mork from Ork, and his found family on Earth, and their 4 seasons worth of adventures. If it wasn't for Robin being cast in this one-off character and eventually getting his own show, we might not be seeing the massive 112 role career that this man had that was sadly cut short way too soon. Of course, he was very talented, and there's no way that he would have not been discovered at some point. But it's hard telling when that might have happened, and we might not have got some of the roles that we ended up seeing him in. Well, like I said, we're following his son Mirth, played by Jonathan Winters, from Mork and Mindy to a film where he played not one, not two, but 3 different small cameo roles in a little film from the turn of the century, the turn of the millennium even, called The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Until next week, some of us just born geeky. You have a good one.